Imagine having a dream home, a beautiful garden, fresh air, and a peaceful life. Sounds perfect, right? But what if you had a neighbor who made it his mission to ruin your peace? What would you do if someone kept throwing garbage into your yard? Would you fight back? Would you take revenge? This is the story of a man, a garden, a bucket of waste, and a response that no one saw coming. Once upon a time, a man bought a house with a beautiful garden. Every evening he would step outside, breathe in the fresh air, and admire his growing harvest. But next to his home was a small, run-down house where his ill-tempered neighbor lived. This neighbor was not a kind man. He was angry, bitter, and always looking for trouble. For reasons unknown, he despised the man with the beautiful garden. So, he did whatever he could to disturb his peace, throwing trash into the yard, making noise, and looking for ways to spread negativity. One morning, as the man stepped outside, he saw a bucket of filth left at his doorstep, rotten food scraps, dirt, and foul-smelling waste overflowing from the edges, a test of patience, a challenge of character. What would he do? Most people would have been furious. Most would have stormed to their neighbor's door, shouting insults, demanding an explanation. But this man was different. Instead of letting anger take over, he made a choice. He carried the filthy bucket to the back of his house, where he had a well. Slowly, he poured out the dirty contents, rinsing away the waste until only an empty shell remained. Then he scrubbed the bucket clean, washing every inch, polishing it until it shone like new. But he didn't stop there. He walked to his apple trees, carefully selecting the ripest, juiciest apples, the ones he had nurtured with patience and care. With gentle hands, he placed them, one by one, into the bucket, filling it with the fruits of kindness and abundance. Finally, he lifted the gleaming bucket, now transformed from something filthy into something beautiful, and made his way to his neighbor's house. The bitter neighbor opened the door, already prepared for a confrontation. He expected shouting, expected revenge, expected the same negativity he had given. But instead, he found something that left him speechless. Before he could speak, the man simply smiled and said, "Who you are is what you give. I choose to share what I have, and what I have is kindness." Then, without waiting for a response, the man turned and walked away, leaving the bitter neighbor standing there, holding a bucket of generosity, a gift he had never expected. This story carries a message that is timeless, a truth that has been echoed by great minds throughout history. Kindness is not just an action, it is a reflection of who we are. And the energy we put into the world is always returned to us in some form. The only thing we truly own is what we give. At the end of our lives, we don't take anything with us. Not money, not possessions, not power, but what remains. The kindness we have shared, the love we have given, the impact we have made in others' lives. What you put into the world gives back to you. You may not see it immediately. It may not happen in the way you expect. But every action creates a ripple. Every word, every choice, whether good or bad, finds its way back to you. Do not let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace. Not everyone will be kind to you. Not everyone will appreciate you. Some people will try to hurt you, provoke you, bring you down. But you have a choice. You can react with anger, or you can protect your peace. You cannot fight darkness with darkness. Only light can do that. Revenge may feel satisfying in the moment, but it never truly heals. It only spreads more pain. The only way to break the cycle is to choose light over darkness. The best way to defeat an enemy is to make him your friend. When you respond to hate with love, you disarm it. You take away its power. And sometimes, the people who hurt you the most are the ones who need kindness the most. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. If we keep responding to hatred with more hatred, where does it end? If we keep hurting those who hurt us, when does the cycle stop? It stops when we choose to be different. Hurt people, hurt people. Healed people, heal people. People who spread negativity are often carrying pain they don't know how to release. That's why the greatest strength is not taking things personally. Instead, choose to be the one who heals, not the one who harms. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. Silence is sometimes the most powerful response. You don't have to fight every battle. You don't have to prove yourself to those who don't understand you. Walk away. Protect your energy. You can't control how people treat you, but you can control how you respond. When someone treats you badly, remember, it says more about them than it does about you. Don't lower yourself to their level. Rise above it. If someone hands you a cup of poison, you don't have to drink it. Negativity is a gift you are allowed to refuse. You do not have to absorb every insult, every toxic word, every attempt to provoke you. You can simply say, "This is not mine to carry." Be the reason someone still believes in kindness. You never know whose life you might change with a small act of goodness, a smile, a kind word, a moment of patience. The world needs more people who choose love, even when it's not easy. Every day, life gives us opportunities to choose, to decide who we are and what we stand for. What if, the next time someone disrespects you, you simply smile and walk away, knowing their words do not define you? What if, instead of arguing, you chose peace, realizing that winning a fight does not mean winning in life? What if, instead of seeking revenge, you focused on your own happiness, understanding that success is the greatest response to negativity? The world gives back what we put into it. If we plant seeds of hatred, we will harvest pain. If we plant seeds of love, we will harvest joy. The greatest strength is not in overpowering others, but in rising above negativity and choosing kindness, even when it's hard. So, the question is not just, what are you planting today? The question is, who do you want to become? Do you want to be someone who carries resentment, or someone who carries peace? Do you want to be controlled by the actions of others, or be free in your own choices? Do you want to react to life, or shape your own path? Life will always test you. People will challenge you, but you decide who you are. Now I ask you, what do you choose to give to the world? Comment below. I choose kindness if you believe in spreading goodness. Share this with someone who needs this message today.